What we've done is we put it out to the audience on our Instagram. We've got a bunch of questions in as well, which is really good. We didn't say who was coming on. We just said UFC fighter.
So everyone like, oh, you're getting fucking Paddy the Baddy.
A lot of people think it's Paddy the Baddy.
Unfortunately, it's like I'm like the lowest of the low.
No, we've got one of the OGs, man. Like you said, that's more entertaining to me. They can make a film out of your life, man. It's like that movie Kickboxer, you know, with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that kind of thing.
I want dog ball.
I've got actually, you know what? Like I've got a shirt at home because I love the film, which says. It says like tongue. I don't know why I bought it because I can't fight, right? But it says something like tongue pose martial arts gym or some shit. And then I was like, wait, because it's like a cultural reference. I'm thinking I can't really walk around in that because he rapes a woman in the film, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I shouldn't really have that.
What's she called? Mei Ling or something?
Yeah, Mai Lee or something like that.
Mai Lee, that's it.
What a great film. They remade it with Dave Bautista, but I refuse to watch it just because you can't beat the original. Anyway, sorry, go on, man.
No, actually, we've got some questions. The bunch come in, so I'm just going to fly. I'm going to try fly through them.
Yeah.
So James McClaw, I'm assuming it is. What's the most weight they had to cut, and what was the diet like? So we've briefly touched on it, but like, what's the most weight?
Probably talking time frames. Probably 20 pounds in 1 week, and my diet at the time was I'd get a tin of tuna. So I ate 3 times a day. The meal was the same every meal. It was a tin of tuna, and I got a bag of spinach, and I ate the tuna with the spinach leaves. That was it.
Rancid. Man, I think my diet's bad, like on, you know, when I'm deprived, but that's a different level. 20 pounds a week's hard. I could probably do it, but I don't.
It was 10
for money.
It was like 10 pounds on the day. I did 10 pounds from the Monday to like the Thursday, and then Thursday night to Friday morning was the other 10.
Just on that, it's weirdly sprung up in my mind. Have you ever suffered from erectile dysfunction whilst cutting weight?
Yeah, so
yes, that's
you might have missed it.
Like when you're depleting yourself like that, you're not even your body can't even think about anything like that. You know what I mean? Like your dick is literally shoving up and going inside. It's like I like to call it battle mode. Yeah, your dick is in battle mode. So there's one funny thing that I remember. So when I was fighting in Sweden, there was a guy who was used to be the Pride lightweight world champion, Joachim Hellboy Hansen he's called. He's a sick fighter. If you're a young fighter and you've never heard of him, check him out. He's an absolute beast. And he was one of my heroes back in the day, and he happened to be fighting on the same card the first time I was in Sweden. So I remember I was in the sauna with him and we're all talking and stuff. And I crawl out the sauna, I get on the scales, I'm fully naked at this point. I'm just like looking down. My dick's just like shriveled up inside me, I'm just like, need to get these last few pounds off. I'm like trying to squeeze piss out of my flaccid penis. And it's just like treacle coming out, you know what I mean? And then there's just this funny moment where I'm looking down at the scales, and then Hellboy just like, his head just pops up like between my legs. He's like heads over the numbers of the scales, and he just looks up and he's like, yeah, only 1 more kilo to go. And his head's just like my shriveled dick's just there, and then Hellboy's head's just there, and I'm like, this is fucked up. This is like so weird.
Oh man, it's class.
I love that. How funny is that? All I could picture then, have you seen what Joe Rogan has? Joe Rogan Toons, where they make a cartoon out of it.
Yeah.
I want, if anybody, and I plead anybody that's listening or watching is some form of animator, can you turn that into an animation? Because that would be incredible, wouldn't it? Oh man, I thought you were going to like say, and his head popped between my legs and went, yes, your penis is in battle mode.
No, he would just comment on my weight, but nobody gives a when you get to that stage, like now if I said, right, get undressed, get on them scales, you'd be like, ooh, a bit weird, but when you've cut that much weight, you just don't care anymore. You just like, I just want to wait. You just stood there naked, you're like, you don't care that you got a small dick, you just like, I just want to fucking weigh in, like, I just need fucking moisture back in my body.
Oh, that's it. I want to end on
that's
that.
It.
We're going to carry on.
No more questions.
That was a good clip.
Dylan Petts has said, who was better in their prime, GSP or Anderson Silva?
Good question. I think if I had to pick between the two, I'd still say GSP is the GOAT. Silva were more exciting, but I just think GSP was the master of technique, the master tactician. So I would go... If you're playing safe, I would say GSP. Both in the prime, GSP is the winner in that for me.
Nath Pickin from our gym. Top 5 things you'd change if you could restart your career.
Top 5. Fucking hell.
Give him 3.
That's a lot of things.
All right.
Restart my career is not coach. This is if I wanted to like really. It's not that I would want to do this, but if I wanted to be even more successful, I wouldn't coach. I would probably move to America or Russia or somewhere where there's lots of wrestling.
Maybe not Russia. I mean, if it were right, if it were present day, maybe not.
Yeah, this is back then. So yeah, I'd probably move away or move to Thailand, something like that. Yeah, they're pretty big things. I don't know. That's it really. There's not much else I would change. They're like the main things. There's little things you could do. You know, training with certain people. You know, my diet and my strength and conditioning were. I hated dieting and I hated lifting weights. So I'd probably change.
I've got a question on that actually. If you allow me a question at the end,
Yeah.
No, I won't do it now. I'll wait until the end.
No,
get through those now. But the audience is more important than me.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, so I've had to skip through a couple because we've already covered them.
Yeah.
This is important. Sam Downs, 18, has asked, who would win, Beard or Josh?
Oh, right. There's only one way we can find out.
Fight!
All I'm saying is,
Harry Hill moment.
all I'm saying is, I've got more muscle mass. You have to concede that. You are a lot taller. You have more reach, and the key factor, you actually have some kind of fight experience. I once got into a fight on a golf course and dislocated my own shoulder temporarily by missing punching a guy. That's how bad I am, I think, at fighting. I wasn't the aggressor. I was trying to defend myself, but on a golf course of all places.
Yeah, weird place to dislocate your shoulder.
We'll talk about that full story at a different time. Anyway.
But yeah, and he's like with most people who have done any form of martial art, not any form of martial art. So say if somebody's done 6 months of grappling. So Josh is you're a blue belt now. You've grappled on and off for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple of years now. Yeah.
So you would, if you're just a guy sat at home and you're thinking who would win that, I would put money on the person who's done grappling will win, just because I see it every day in the gym. I see people come in the gym, they've been in the gym, they've been lifting. This is the funniest thing people say to me. They're like, I've been training to start MMA, right? Or to start I've been training in the gym for 2 years or 1 year, whatever, so I could start grappling. And I'm like, well, that's a bit backwards because you get better at grappling by actually doing grappling. Like, people think lifting weights and doing fitness is going to translate that they can come in and be better. It's like, oh, I'm not going to train until I get fit. And it's like, no. You train and you get fit by doing the training, because you can't get fit at something without doing it. It's like swimming. You can't, you know, if you're not swimming, you can't get better at it by doing stuff outside of swimming. Swimming's like one of the ones. There is crossover between other stuff, but swimming's one of the ones where you just can't physically do it, can you, outside the fucking pool?
So in summary, Josh would win. You know what my tactic would be? To just try the Masvidal thing, you know, just run and fly and knee you like it's that Ben Askren guy.
You know, little ass can't jump that high.
I'd jump up and kick you in the shin. Anyway, next question. All right, you'd win. I concede you probably would.
Andy McGrath has asked, how many rounds of 5-year-olds could you beat in a fight, and the number of kids increases every round? So I suppose we need to add to that. I guess all right, yeah. How many 5?
Fucking loads of smash fuck out of them.
Weird question. When's
Again,
that guy
there's
said that?
a bunch that we've already talked about, like cutting weight. Why do you fight at a normal weight? Right. Starting 15 has asked, tickling as a tactic. Discuss.
Weird one. This we actually spoke about this this morning at the gym. So two guys were grappling this morning and just joking. One of them, like, I went to tickle the other one. It was a bit weird, you know what I mean? But anyway, they were like, oh, can you do that in like a fight or whatever? And I'm like, well, yeah, but there's nothing against it, but it just don't work.
Yeah, in that kind of, I'm not ticklish.
Yeah, in that environment, if someone starts tickling you, it don't really work. Tickling's like, I don't know.
It was when you've been smashed in the fucking head. Like,
that's it. When you're in fight mode, you know, your dick's in battle mode and you fucking boom. It just doesn't work. Just like tickling. It's like this bullshit fucking like pressure point shit. People are like, oh no, this guy's showing me this pressure point, and if you grab me here and I press this, and it's like, yeah, if somebody just grabs you and you stick your fingers in the neck, they'll probably let go. But if we're in a fight and I'm going fucking batshit crazy, punching your head in, you stick your fingers in my fucking eye or whatever, I'm just gonna go even more mental on you. Yeah. So yeah, same for like tickling, and weird stuff like that. Yeah, it's.
Do you know what? Oh man, I shouldn't say this, but we were watching when we were watching the Paddy, whatever card he was on.
London.
Yeah, I mean it's weird that they call them numbers, don't they? Like UFC 362 or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Liz this is where her head's at. She's watching one of it wasn't the Paddy one. It was maybe the one before. She's like, "Can you stick?" I think what I'd do is I'd stick my finger in their bum. Can you do that? And I'm like, "No, I don't think you can do it. Maybe you can do it."
Classed as fish hooking. Yeah.
I just thought, why would you stick your finger in the? I mean, I wouldn't like it, but if you're grappling and somebody fingered my bum, I'd just be thinking that's kind of gross. But I'm gonna hang on anyway because if I let go, then I'm gonna lose anyway.
Yeah.
So that's illegal, is it?
Maybe that's the tactic when you two fight. You know.
She would definitely use it as she does weird stuff like that. Yeah, we won't get into that though.
Yeah, that's for another day.
Right. So Danny VDB7 has asked: was Ronda Rousey the pioneer of women's UFC becoming popular?
Yeah, 100%. I think so. Yeah.
She's the only person that she was in like Expendables, wasn't she? That's
She smashed it. Now she's getting paid loads more in the WWE than she ever did from the UFC. She was a pioneer. People loved her. I think it brought a lot of women into the sport. So
we've got a couple of questions from R. Jansen and someone else just asking about the current situation with Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington. So fighting outside of the ring. What's your hot take on that?
I don't really have a take on it. It's just sometimes it does overspill. You know, fights do overspill into the public arena. I mean, as long as the problem with like fighting on the street and fighting outside of that is when other people get hurt and stuff. I have no problem with two people. You know, if you two have got genuine beef and you want to fight each other, then get in there and fight, and that's it. So. Yeah, I think the bad thing about it is just when other people are getting like drawn into it and stuff like that. So if two people want to fight, whether it's in the street or
no
wherever,
protection either, right? If he's just cold cock some poor, even if he's a UFC fighter, just run. I don't see any footage of it. What if he runs up behind him, knocks him out? I think no paramedics there.
Yeah. People are saying that. People are saying that that's kind of what happened recently. Like it was there, hood up, face mask on, clocked in front side.
Yeah, so
3 piece and soda.
Yeah, I mean it's not good. Like I say, this shit does overspill, and yeah, like street fighting is dangerous. People can get badly hurt and stuff.
But it's a slight tangent, but relevant. I was listening to Jackmate on the Stephen Bartlett podcast this morning, and his dad was sent down for manslaughter for like essentially fighting in a bar as a young man, and punched somebody, knocked him down, and they died.
Yeah,
that's what happened in Conair. Actually not second Conair.
Put the bunny back in the box.
We were talking about Conair earlier.
Yeah.
Cameron Poe.
But it's mad how often that happens. Like people that don't know how to fight or maybe know how to throw a punch and they're just hitting somebody from the side and consequences are real, man. Like it happens.